Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I am in Illinois with Tom Fisher, and I just delivered him 2 pure blood South Pole heifers, and he also has 5 3/4 bloods that are just approaching 2 years of age. He's got a bull that he got from us and a steer. There's a steer at the back. I just wanted to show you all the hair coats on these animals, how shiny they are. Tom's been moving these animals about, how often do you move them, Tom?
Well, I've got them pretty loose right now. So
yeah,
every
you can see they're getting all they want to eat out here, folks.
Yeah.
But look at the haircut on those animals. I mean, they're just unbelievably slick. And I was telling Tom we're coming, this is August 18th. And so you might say we're already started stockpile season. You got winter coming at you in about, I hate to say it, about 90 days. We're gonna have colder temperatures. And I wanted to show you all the fat reserve that these heifers have built on the back of their butt. So if you can get this big fat deposit on each side of that tail, see that hump sticking out right there? That is a heifer that is going to glide through the winter cold period. And Tom's really got these cattle tame. I mean, we're within 8 feet of them. If you look at the brisket, folks, you don't want a pinched heart girth on your cattle. If you look between her front legs there, she's got a really nice spacing. The brisket's filled out nice. She's just a really good looking animal. They got the happy lines. Look at the happy lines on that one. Right in the middle of the belly, the lines are going from left to right. She's got the happy lines on her. It's just hard to find one any better than that, Tom.
Yeah.
You want me? Tom keeps wanting me to rank them. I said I can't rank them. They're all good. There's another one right there. Look at that. Got the wrinkles in the back of the tail. Just there's no flies on these cattle. They're just and there's nothing really special about your grass. I mean, you got a lot of fescue.
I think this is fescue here,
yeah,
isn't it?
a lot of fescue.
Yeah.
Not tons of clover, but the cattle don't seem to be minding it at all. That bull, since I brought him to you, Tom, I think he's put on.
Oh yeah, he has.
He's put on 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah, he's gained.
You said the day I dropped him off, he bred, was it 2 of them?
He bred one on the run. I couldn't believe it.
It was running and he got the job.
Just right, the same day.
Yeah.
The same day you brought him. Yes,
yeah.
He did. Yep.
I was telling Tom, you have to drive 100 or 200 miles to find a prettier group of young females, South Poles, that will equal what Tom has got here on this farm. And you've got your sheep flock that you got from us.
Yeah.
They're across the creek with,
across the creek,
with Ringo, the guard dog.
Yep. And they're really doing good after I got them off of this side.
Tom, would you tell your story about Ringo? I remember the other night you called me and he was barking and the coyotes were howling.
Oh yeah.
What happened there?
Well, I got nervous and jumped on four-wheeler. It was probably midnight and went way down to the other end. And he had them all rounded up on top of a hill. And boy, he didn't want me in there either. So I had to get back on the four-wheeler and get out. I said, well, buddy, looks like you're doing your job. So.
But you could hear coyotes real close.
Oh yeah, they were close.
And they were howling, and Ringo wasn't caring for that at all.
And so then just the other night, I got him on the other side, and one howled, and Ringo, his head just whipped toward the howl. He jumped up, went right toward the howl, and laid down right next to the fence, looking where it was coming from.
Yeah.
So
he's a massive dog too.
He's a big dog, and he won't let me pet him, but now he comes up behind me.
Yep.
And he'll put his muzzle in my hand, and then I'll tickle him underneath the chin. That's his pet for the day.
Yep. He's good with that.
He's good with that.
Yep.
And he goes back to the sheep, but
well, that's kind of the way you like him. You don't want him following you back to the house.
Yeah. Now he did get off the farm, and I had to start hand feeding him, and I've got him up on a pound of liver, and it's expensive, but it's worth it.
You feed a lot of organ meats, don't you?
Yeah, organ meats. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember you saying you got some hearts and some livers and.
Yeah. When the deer season comes in, I get a whole freezer full of it.
Really?
Oh yeah. I just got 100 pounds of bones from one of the Amish friends that I got, and
Yep.
from he butchered a cow. And,
I bet he loves having that.
Ringo just loves that. You know, he just.
Well, you think about dogs and
Yeah.
what did they evolve eating?
Yeah.
It wasn't soybean and corn. It was meat
Yeah.
and bones and fat and
Yeah.
organs.
Yep.
You look at a wild kill. If something comes in and kills something, they always take the guts out first.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they'll go after the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Ringo-
Tom, what do you think about you were telling me earlier you were kind of getting obese and you were laying around a lot and
Oh yeah.
you just weren't getting any exercise and,
Right.
and then you got into this
Right.
and now you don't look obese at all.
I lost 100 pounds.
100 pounds.
Yeah. And I had to go to I had to put 2 more notches in my belt again.
Really?
Just recently.
Just to get your pants to hold up.
Yeah, that's right. so
Well, that's a good thing.
I need to keep losing weight.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's, you know, when you get, I'm almost 65, so.
Yeah, you're only 2 years older than I am, man.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
right?
I just turned 63 in June.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
so we're pretty close to the same
But
age.
you don't want to sit around and
No.
talk and think about nothing but doctors. I'd rather think about cows.
Well, you were telling me this, what you're doing here may have saved your life.
It did save my life, yeah.
Because when I saw you at our grazing school, it was 3 years ago now, I believe. And I'm like, there's a guy, your face was pale. You could just tell you weren't very healthy looking.
No, I wasn't.
And today you've got color in your face.
Oh,
I mean, you can just tell.
Yeah.
You can get around with me out here. I mean, you're just perfect
Yeah.
specimen of health, it looks to me like.
Well, the cows, you know, you get a little nervous, you know, you think, I wonder where they're at. I wonder how they're doing.
Well,
And you can't you can't just leave them alone. You got to look at them every day, every morning.
Yep.
And
Well, Tom, what would be your words of advice to somebody that was in your shoes right now, starting out, and they're thinking, you know, getting to that age that if I'm going to do it, I need to do it. What would be your advice?
I would learn as much as you can about the animal first.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg is a great source, so his grazing schools are great. And just learn as much about how to tell animal health when you look at them.
Yep.
You know, their ears, their eyes, you know, you talk about that.
The death triangle.
On the left side,
Yep.
right in front of the rumen.
I would say you've been a good student looking at those cattle.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
And try and learn. Let them tell you, you know. I mean, a cow can detect calcium in a plant down to I'm 0.02 parts. It's a very tiny amount. So
And people didn't think cows were that smart.
Oh, they're very smart. And that's why you'll see them. They'll go through the field and they'll nip this and they'll leave that and they'll go.
Yep.
And so it's kind of telling you where your pasture's at too.
Yeah.
The way they graze and
So
where they graze.
so kind of what I'm hearing from you is a person needs to learn to listen to their cows.
That's right. That's the most important thing. So I'm focused on my animals, my sheep too, my dog.
Mm-hmm.
And what can I do to help them? Am I hurting them?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I found out I was, you know, doing something. I was feeding a little Thorvin kelp, and I thought, you know, I probably got to stop doing that. Should be free choice. So I'm just giving you an example.
Right.
That can cause worm problems.
Yep.
So.
Well, boy, I tell you what,
But it's exciting because there's all these problems you need to solve.
Yep.
You know, how do I get the grass with higher sugar content,
Bricks.
higher energy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was telling you this morning, I'm testing out a silver bullet. We're all looking for that, you know.
Hey.
So that's,
You know,
to
if
me, that's just
exciting. But you're not trying it on the whole farm. You just
No.
picked one little spot and
Yeah.
you're going to try this experiment. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You might hit a home run with it.
Well, who knows?
You're not going to know unless you try.
Now, it is interesting. I have 2 hay fields that are continuously hayed. And those cows just take that right down to the dirt. And I did fertilize that with phosphate, soft rock phosphate, high calcium lime, and some biologicals.
Mm-hmm.
And they know. And so I'm having to graze different out here.
Yeah.
I'm having to keep them off of that.
Yep.
Because and
If you leave them free access to it, they'll just take it to the
they'll
dirt.
just take it to the dirt.
Yep.
And even if it's just spots,
Yep.
you know, you gotta judge your field by the spots.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway,
You don't really want patch grazing.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
I just heard some quail in the background.
Oh yeah.
You got quail right
I've
there.
got quail. Yeah.
Well, folks, here he is. He's locked right in the middle of corn and soybean country. And here's Tom on his beautiful 50-acre farm in the middle of, well, you're not in the middle, but you're at the edge of Illinois.
Yeah.
And you're having fun.
Oh yeah. It is hard work, and you have to pace yourself. But,
Yep. But you didn't have a lot of experience starting out.
Oh no.
I mean, it wasn't like you were a seasoned livestock person.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. But you've done well.
Yeah.
So I would say,
But
if you're a good student and you're willing to learn,
right.
you
But
can
I
do
was
this.
I was heavily depending on your
Well,
teaching because
yeah, but you listened. You
Yeah.
listened to what I was telling you, and you've been very successful.
yeah, doing it is the hardest part.
Yeah.
And you just have to.
Yep.
But
One thing I'm going to say, folks, I'm going to wrap this up, is when I came here the first time and I saw Tom's fence up here on the road, I'm like, thank goodness. Because he's in 250 to 300 bushel corn ground here. He can't afford to have these cows getting out in the cornfield.
right.
And so he built a fence. I mean, it's a good one. He never has to worry about his animals, sheep or cattle, getting out. And so that was probably the best money he spent.
Yeah.
So, folks, with that, I'm going to sign off. You can hear the quail whistling in the background. That's a beautiful sound. And everyone have a great day, and hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you all.